Shalom Israel, Shalom, Shalom first. I want to all praise and glory honor to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kakadash, the amongst the apostles, Ezra and Milson, peace salutation to 1/3 of Israel. And, basically, I want to title this lesson, Appearance Means Nothing. Alright? Basically going to, how we look like everybody and, how this truth isn't a thing about color, So, I'm gonna switch it up to the screen. All right, shalom. So basically, going back to the, topic of the lesson is appearance means nothing. All right, because in this truth, they like to deem us as racist or black Hebrew Israelites, which is obviously false because you got so-called white-looking Israelites that look like so-called white men in this truth that call on the names of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and they've made videos, basically, debunking that whole narrative of black Hebrew Israelites. All right, which that's just Esau's craftiness, all part of his demonization. 16:7. All right, but just start off the lesson. 1 Samuel 16:7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, Look not on his countenance or on the height of his stature, because I refuse him. For the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For the man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. All right. So that scripture right there goes to prove to you that you serve the Lord. It's not about how you look. It's not about how curly your hair is or how dark you are. It doesn't matter about appearance. All right. Matters, are you an Israelite? And more specifically, are you of the elect? All right. Let's go to John 7:4. Or John 7:24. All right. John 7:24. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. All right. So we're not supposed to look on on people and be like, and basically try to actually Slocky. Let me take that back. John 7:24. Judge not according to appearance, but judge righteous judgment. All right. So it's pretty evident that since Israelites look like everyone, you can't tell who is and who isn't an Israelite by their appearance. You really got to try the spirit. All right, because at the end of the day, this is a spiritual thing. All right, and reason why we look like everyone is because we've been scattered everywhere. All right. James 1:1. James, a servant of the Most High and of the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad, greeting. All right, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. All right, so that right there is a perfect scripture, basically explaining how we're scattered abroad. We're scattered throughout the four winds of the earth, four corners of the earth. All right, and through through scattering and mingling with other nations, Israelites don't look like just, one people. You start to carry on the traits or, the physical traits of, these heathen nations. All right. Over time. All right. Let's go to Isaiah 11:11. All right, Isaiah 11:11. It shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria and from Egypt and from Pathros and from Cush and from Elam and from Shinar, from Hamath and from the islands of the sea. All right, and all right, so but basically, actually, let me read that again. Isaiah 11:11, it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, and from Egypt, and from Pathros, and from Cush, and from Elam, and from Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. All right. And, these the what's it? The nations, the regions that, that were just named are, heathen nations. All right. And, why would the Lord, uh, uh, basically recover the, the remnant that are from these nations? All right. Does that mean, the Lord all of a sudden, dealing with other nations? No, the Lord is only dealing with the Israelites, but these Israelites were scattered throughout the other nations, scattered, as James 101 said, scattered abroad. So that goes to show you that, appearance means nothing, all right? Because we look like everybody, all right? Actually, let me see some, for, I believe there's a, all right, Matthew 24:31, and he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. All right. So, Israelites are not just in, one place. We're everywhere. All right. And, when Yahushua comes to, gather his elect, it's not just going to be in one spot. It's going to be literally everywhere. All right. From one end of heaven to the other. All right. Let's go to Revelation 7:9. Revelation 7:9. After this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude, which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands. All right. And you ask a Christian, what the scriptures talking about, and they'll ignore all the precepts, before, and act like, all of a sudden the Lord's dealing with, everybody, but that's obviously not true. All right. So basically, this innumerable multitude is talking about the elect. All right. And it says, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in the hand. All right. And, basically the elect. All right. But, the elect didn't look like just one, specific person. They didn't look like all so-called black people. All right. It wasn't, it didn't look like, they didn't look like all so-called black people. You had all different Israelites that look like everybody. All right. And, that right there is, it's a clear cut that, we've been scattered. And this right here too, 2 Ezra 2:7, let them be scattered abroad among the heathen. Let their names be put out of the earth, for they have despised my covenant. All right. So, Israelites have been scattered. So, through the scattering and, mingling, basically through the scattering and mingling of the other nations, Israelite man mingling with other nations, we're not gonna look like one. We're not all gonna look like so-called black people. All right. Hosea 7:8. Ephraim, he hath mixed himself among the people. Ephraim is a cake not turned. All right. So, an unturned cake. Let's just look that up. Unturned cake. Let's look up images. I'll show you what I see. All right. So, basically it shows pancakes, right? And one side of the pancake, has been flipped. So, it's, dark brown. The other side is, very light. All right. So that goes to show you, you know, the Lord, it's not about skin color. All right. That's basically, what it proves. All right. So, that's a cut right there to all these, these devils trying to demonize the truth, thinking, it's about color, or, oh, you got to look a certain way to be in this truth. No. All right. This is all spiritual thing. All right. To prove that, let's go to Romans 8. That's good. Be spiritually minded is life and peace. All right, but Romans 8 and 16. The Spirit itself bears witness with our spirit that we are the children of the Most High. All right. So this is all a spiritual thing. All right. It's not about, how dark you are, or, how curly your hair is, or, like I said, or what you look like. I sound like a broken record, but it's just, it doesn't matter what you look like. It all goes back to your lineage. Are you an Israelite or not? And, at the end of the day, you're going to have Israelites looking like everybody. All right. And let's go to Jeremiah 12:9. My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. All right. Speckled, different colors. The birds round about are against her. Come ye, assemble all the beasts of the field, come to devour her. All right. So it's really clear cut, appearance means nothing in this truth. All right. So, point was made. I don't want to keep emphasizing the point that, appearance means nothing in this truth, but hey, it was a title lesson. So, Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. With all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Kakadash. Till next time, Shalom.